let me begin by asking you. On Thursday, when the Calcutta High Court said that there has to be deployment of central forces across the state, given the kind of situation we're witnessing, the SEC, I beg your pardon, came out and said that we'll adhere to that order. Today, the SEC and the state government have knocked on the Supreme Court's order, wanting to revert that particular decision of the Calcutta High Court. Can we ask what has changed in the last 48 hours, because violence is still being witnessed on ground?
Let me be very frank about it. There is model code of conduct now in Bengal. So the police and the law and order is not under the state government. It is under the State Election Commission. And the State Election Commission has gone to the Supreme Court. So I cannot comment on that because I am not a spokesperson of the State Election Commission. But coming to the violence, let me, rather than going into whataboutery and mudslinging, let me give out some facts. Now, there has been violence in couple of places of South Chobbish Pargona, and it has been in one place it has been brought under control. In another place there has been violence, but now it is peaceful there. And all over Bengal, in such a large state like Bengal, it is peaceful, absolutely peaceful. And why I am saying that is because of these numbers that I am giving. Out of the 3 people that have unfortunately lost their lives, none of them is a BJP or a CPM Karyakarta. It is Trinamool Congress Karyakarta and 1 Congress Karyakarta. Point number 1. So if Trinamool is causing all this, Trinamool is not going to kill their own cadres. Now, point number 2, the total nomination that has been filed in the state in the Panchayat elections, the collective opposition, which is the BJP, CPM and the Congress, have filed 1,50,000 nominations, and the ruling government and the ruling party has filed only 82,000 nominations. And the third most important point, in 2018, in the Trinamool Congress regime, there was 37% uncontested seats that have been won because of violence. And now in 2023, in the same Trinamool Congress regime, the uncontested seats are only 3%. So we have brought down the violence. There is 100% nomination, unlike Tripura where there was 96% uncontested election during the Panchayat regime. There is only 2 places that is where we have seen violence, which is played on loop on every national channel, every national TV. And the state has been maligned and the law and order has been maligned. I think it is very unfortunate, and it shouldn't be the case. And people who have lost...
So we are not manufacturing the images that we are showing. It's not a slander campaign. Violence is happening. Today we had the MOS Nishit Pramanik, who was there in the state. He too came out and alleged that his convoy was attacked. We aren't manufacturing these things unlike what the TMC would like to believe. But I would have Sanju Verma come out and respond to the allegations that you've been making. Sanju Verma, it's the opposition that is on a slander campaign, which is why they want to put out these sporadic instances that have come out. It's not just the BJP, but the BJP is in cahoots with the CPM and the Congress as well in the state, says the TMC.
You know, Poonam, first and foremost, let me give you some data. And the latest data is that out of the total nominations filed, which were to the tune of 1,63,000, the number of nominations filed by the BJP are roughly in the region of 56,000, which is 34% of the total nominations filed. You will be surprised to know that the total number of nominations filed by the Trinamool Congress are close to 87,000, which is 53% of the total nominations. And I have a very interesting data. Apparently 40,000 nominations by the TMC were filed this Friday, the last day of the nominations. 40,000 nominations across 341 gram panchayats. And it was approved by the State Election Commission, which means that basically the State Election Commission had less than 2 minutes to go through every single nomination. Because across 341 gram panchayats, if 40,000 candidates have filed a nomination, it basically means that for every nomination, the State Election Commission barely got 117 seconds, less than 2 minutes. Point number 3, Nishit Pramanik's car was vandalized today. The windshield was broken. And I don't think this is something new. Because if you recall, Poonam, prior to the assembly elections in 2021 in Bengal, Amit Shah's chopper was not given a permission to land, but worse still, when JP Nadda, the BJP national president, took out a rally at Diamond Harbour, he faced vandalization of his vehicle, of his entire cavalcade, and he was also attacked and heckled threateningly by TMC goons. Now the most important bit is this, that, thank God at least the TMC has agreed that 34% of the panchayat seats last time around in 2018 went uncontested. But his claim that this time only 3% of the seats have gone uncontested is a whole lot of hogwash. My limited point, cutting across the clutter, cutting across the numbers, is this, that the Trinamool Congress, be it Lok Sabha elections, be it Vidhan Sabha elections, be it Panchayat elections, be it even the Sagar Dighi bypoll which they lost, which has completely rattled them, and the lone Congress MLA from Sagar Dighi actually jumped ship and went to Trinamool Congress. The limited point is this, that Trinamool Congress has completely failed on two counts. A, in maintaining law and order during polls, and B, not even taking cognizance of the problem. If you don't take cognizance of the problem, how are you even going to resolve
Sure.
it? And just 10 seconds, Poonam. Article 324 of the Constitution says, and this is very important because this is a lie which is consistently peddled by opposition, and media never tries and refutes that. Article 324 of the Constitution says that even when polls are underway, the Election Commission, be it the Central or State Election Commission, are solely responsible for administering fair elections, but the law and order continues to remain with the concerned central government or state dispensation, in this case Mamata Banerjee. So Mamata Banerjee, and it is not the Election Commission, it is Mamata Banerjee who is responsible for law and order taking a flying leap out of the window.
Sure.
And she is a mute spectator.
Sure. And Reju,